game, and the Florida State Seminoles, the place simply known to some as the Dope. There's nothing quite like a great rivalry matchup in college football. The bitterness, the intensity, the lifetime of memories that will come as a result of what we're about to see in this one. As we'll see, the number 6 team in the country, the Miami Hurricanes, taking on another team from the ACC, the Florida State Seminoles. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. The Canes will put total leather and will get started. And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. The Seminoles offense will take the first swing of the game. The flash, the style, the swagger, these two really define an era of great college football, and it's always fun to see them square off.
So well put, Reese. I mean, two flashy programs, and when they're rocking, they're rocking. The state of Florida's rocking. Everybody's wanting to go to Miami and Florida State. This is a big one, Palmer.
Yeah, and David, you and I can appreciate this because we were playing back in the day when these two programs really had it rolling. And they had so much NFL talent, speed on the field, it seemed like each and every year. And this was a game that always seemed to determine the national championship picture at the end of the year.
Use the play fake, now to throw. Gets it out fast. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. Well, he comes up with the reception, but not a lot of room to run after that.
Yeah, and I like the QB doing this. I mean, I'm going to find ways to give him the football and see if he can make a miss. And I'm going to bet most of the time that my guy is a little bit more athletic than that defensive guy. Defense won this battle, but I like trying to get this guy the ball in speed.
And here's a fumble way behind the line. Defense swarming on that loose ball. It'll be a turnover. And the quarterback just ran out of time there, and they were able to knock it free.
Quarterbacks have got to do a great job keeping two hands on the football, especially in passing situations like that, because you know defenders are swatting at the ball. Even if you can't see them, these guys, they're 6'5", 6'6", they've got long arms. They're trying to rip and tug away and get that ball out of your hands. A QB will learn from this play. He's got to do a better job with his fundamentals.
They'll leave it with him. And that's a very productive first down play in bringing up 2nd and 3. In a series that's been defined by close games, the last meeting was not that as the Canes blew them away.
And they jumped out all over the Noles early in that game. They kind of established that.
Headed to the end zone, and he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Miami! And the PAT makes it 7-0. They didn't have a whole lot of real estate in front of them when they took over possession, but they wasted no time. Couple of plays into the end zone. And they thought about a return, then thought better of it. They'll bring it out to the 25. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. That last fumble proved to be costly as they cashed it in for a touchdown.
Yeah, so this defense now is juiced. They're excited and ready to go. So this offense, David, they've got to get something going.
Yeah, those turnovers can be contagious, man. They get you excited, and then when your offense takes
Ball carrier.
Something with it. This offense better be ready to play against a motivated defense.
Second down coming up.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. On the move. Into a mass of giant bodies, we'll call it a 1-yard gain to the 24. When you think of the significance of these two programs in the history of college football, remarkable that they've only been playing since 1951.
It's crazy because there's so many games you can pull out of your brain, Reese, and I'm sure because you were born then when this rivalry started, that so many games that were so important.
Makes the catch down the right side. And the tackle is made, but not before that completion gets them 30-plus. And the Seminoles are in the hurry-up.
What a beautiful throw and catch on this play, and I love the job the receiver did tracking the ball in the air. Nice job of locating the throw and then hauling it in.
Throws to the wideout. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is.
Personal foul. Looking to defense.
An ill-advised play by that defender as he makes contact with the quarterback well after the throw, and it'll cost his defense. And guys, bringing the heat is what any defense is about, but you have to stop short of making that official reach for his flag. Gets it out quickly. That completion takes them down to the 7-yard line, and they are ready to strike.
This is no surprise to defenses anymore. Everybody throws wide receiver screens, and you could tell they were ready for it. They saw the quick game. They pounced on it, got the wide receiver on the ground. That's not the first time they've seen that.
Here we go. Looking downfield, it's Everett. Scrambling away. Short gain on the play before he slides.
I really like the play by the quarterback. Very, very smart. Listen, early in the downs, goal-to-go situation. Drop back. If you don't see it right away, tuck it and get positive yards. Make that next down easier so I can try to get a little bit closer to the goal line and I can get that touchdown. Headsy play by the QB.
Keeping it on the ground on 3rd and goal. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. They'll try to put 3 on the board as the field goal unit comes on. And this will be a short one from about 21 yards out. Kick is good. The offense has 3 points to show for the drive. They were able to get a field goal on the board, and now they'll kick it away. From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. Jesse, a very productive drive last time wound up with a touchdown.
Yeah, mixing and matching play calling really well. Nice balance on that last.
Just steamrolling his way through. And he's brought to the ground, but not before he gets enough for the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. To the air on 1st down. Got his man on the right. Excellent job working through the air there, finding a hole in that defense and picking up a 1st down.
They pick up the 1st down on the drag route. Good job by the receiver knowing it was man coverage. If he's looking, he's booking. He gave his quarterback the eyes right away that says, hey, I'm not stopping. Put it out in front of me. I'm getting this 1st down.
He'll get that one all the way down to the 4-yard line before he stopped.
And Artie, it's completely changed the game. Like now it's 11-on-11 football. The quarterback used to hand it off and stand there and watch the play. Now he's very much involved in the play. He's running the football so much. And even when he's not, he's making somebody go with him and cover him. So the quarterback scrambling, the quarterback running has completely changed the way people play defense.
Grab behind the line. It's Finley. Touchdown, Hurricane! Made the snag and strolled his way into the end zone.
Yeah, and coming into the game, you look at the stats and you say top 10 offense in scoring, so they better be able to create what? Explosive plays. Another explosive plays. They've been doing it all year long. Those plays are backbreakers. Defenses just can't contain this offense.
We've reached the end of the quarter, and Miami is on top. They came out and jumped on them early in the first. Let's take a break and look at the first quarter stats. He'll take the return and try to improve the field position. Good job by the coverage unit to put a stop to that return. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. They had to settle for the chip shot field goal last time, Jesse. They'd love for this one to pay off bigger.
Yeah, it just comes down to execution, too. Did a nice job out in the field, stalled a little bit once they got down to the goal line.
Lost one deep down the right side. Oh, and he gets downfield for the big catch. And he's brought down after a huge completion. The Noles will hustle to the line. Anytime a wide receiver makes a big play like that, images of Peter Warrick start flashing in Seminoles' heads.
And, man, just that time, that era with Bobby Bowden and those offenses, you just think about high-flying, every position, game breakers, and I think of swag, Reese. Just guys that I know I could throw to the outside that had swag, that could take it to the house, make big plays.
An unforced error there. They don't get the snap off in time.
Delay of game. Offense.
Offense took a little bit too much time at the line there. The officials move it 5 yards back, and it's 1st and 15 for this offense. Looking to throw, it's Everett. Oh, he loves to fire downfield. Ball into the end zone, and it's intercepted. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception. And the senior just snatched the ball out of the air and gave it back to his offense.
Man, that is how you get it done as a defense when you're playing cover one. Like, you got the middle of the field safety, but everybody else is manning up. Nice job running with this guy, seeing the football, breaking on it, making the interception, making the big play for this defense.
He's looking to throw it. Finds his man down the middle. There to make the tackle, but the big throw is good enough to give them a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Power football with the run. Crosses the 30, he's got a lane. Smacks him with the stiff arm. Ripped off a huge chunk play on that one as he gets the first down before he steps out of bounds. This offense lines up feeling awfully good after that big play. Quarterback quick pass to the receiver. Still running at the 35. And they'll finally bring him down after he rips off a huge play. And the Canes have it with a 1st and 10. The give to the back. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
And that's a great play by the defensive end. The best athletes on the field play defensive end. You can ask anybody. Yes, I agree, Jesse Reese. See, they agree with me. Same thing. But you watch them get off the football, make the play. That's why you put your athletes there.
And the quick shuffle pass underneath. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
Man, what a great play by that cornerback. There's so much space out here in football, the way they spread you out, but to be able to break on the football when it's thrown and those quick passes like that, nice job by the cornerback.
On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. He's got his man. And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker.
And the offense here dialed up a really good zone read. Give credit to the offensive coordinator. He called the right play at the right time.
Runs through the tackle. They get him on the ground, but not before he rumbles all the way to the 5. That conversion sets a tone, but that's also really part of their MO. They're going to go for it on 4th and short.
Yeah, it's a body blow, and it's demoralizing. It's a good point, Reese. When you go for it like that and you go get it, you're essentially telling the opponent, look, you can't stop us. Next time we get in a similar situation, we're going to do the exact same thing, and there ain't nothing you can do about it.
As we reach the 2-minute warning, they'll need to try to get a stop to keep this thing from getting out of hand. Looking for just one more yard. It's 2nd and goal. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Canes. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point makes it a 21-3 lead. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He'll bring it back looking for help. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. They find themselves in a pretty deep hole here, but maybe a chance to grab a little momentum and regroup at halftime.
Yeah, a big chance. Like this is an opportunity. This is the biggest opportunity in front of them in the game right now. You got to get some points on the board. You got to create something positive, Jesse. There hasn't been a whole lot to be positive about in the first half.
If I'm playing quarterback, I'm locating my go-to guy at receiver. Who can I count on one-on-one to go and make me a play? Maybe even one-on-two. Who can go up, catch the ball, get us some yards, and get us some points.
Back to pass, it's Everett. Quarterback extends the play. Just trucks through it. Finally run out of bounds, but he has his offense rolling with a first down.
Bug, meat, windshield. Ouch. You cannot make a living as a quarterback taking those kind of hits. Nice job scrambling, getting the first down. Let's not do too many more of those.
Trying to make magic on the scramble. Really nice stop there from this senior leader. The Seminoles want to crank the tempo. On 2nd down, he'll let it fly. And the quarterback is snowed under. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page.
This is not going to get any easier. You're already down. You know it's passing situation. Man, you got to protect your quarterback, and they can't do it. This has not been a great day early for this offense.
Looking for room. It's Casey. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down. And the Seminoles send out the punt unit. Gets the first one of the day out of there, and we saw a lot of him in that loss last week, 4 times to be exact. Working his way on the return up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. They've been the height of efficiency here in the first half, David. You've got to think they're going to try to click it right down the field here.
When you're looking at your playbook and it's worked so well in the first half, I'm going to continue to do what I've been doing, Palmer, because it's been all gas.
Pollock, that's right. Strike while the iron's hot, too. Before this defense gets to going at halftime to potentially make some adjustments, show you some different looks in the second half. Whatever you've been doing, it's working. Keep it up.
4 wide out set, 2 on either side on 2nd and 10. Dropping back, it's Rivers. Trying to beat the D deep. And he'll pull it in inside the 20. Touchdown, Miami! And once he got loose, it was all over.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. Now, they're backed up here, Jesse. Wonder how aggressive they're willing to be.
I think it's going to come down to how much confidence they have in this quarterback and his decision-making, because you cannot throw an interception at this part of the field with this little time left.
And I think that's conversations you've had with the young fellow on the sidelines. Be like, what are you comfortable with right here that we can run? Maybe stay aggressive, but make sure I don't make that mistake.
That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Guys, between the coaches who have matched wits in this game and the players and the unforgettable moments, Miami, Florida State is must-see TV, and today is no different.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. They come to the line for the first play of the drive, snapping it from the 21. They'll open this third quarter with a run. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
Yeah, and listen, the offense has had their way, and they've had so much success and so much production. But listen, at least the defense got a rep. You know, maybe this gets you a spark. Maybe this gets you some energy. Maybe we'll see a little bit more life from this defense.
Yeah, they may not win the game, but I think this defensive coaching staff at this point, based on how this game has gone, they're just trying to find things to build off of. Maybe that's something they can point to as they get ready for their next opponent, of things they did right and things that they got to do more consistently moving forward.
This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. That's caught. It's Luck. And he almost ran away from everybody on that one. A huge pickup on that play.
That is going to drive this defensive coordinator nuts. A lot of DCs, they focus a ton of energy on how their unit performs on 3rd down and in the red zone. If this defense gives up a couple more 3rd down conversions like that, they're going to be in for a very unpleasant film session on Monday.
They make the stop, but not before they do their work up top and pick up a 1st down. Good job by the receiver there not to run into coverage, but to find a spot that the quarterback can throw him the ball.
Yeah, on those types of routes, Reese, they say if you're looking, you're booking. So if that's man coverage, the receiver's staring at the quarterback all the way across the field. That time, the receiver didn't give the quarterback his eyes, so they were on the same page. They both knew it was zone, and they executed that perfectly.
After the good pickup on 1st down, let's see if they keep it on the ground. Wide out in motion. Wants to throw. It's Rivers. He got his hands on it, but couldn't hold on to it. And what a time that would have been for their first pick of the game.
Yeah, nice coverage, and you'd like to snag that interception, but there's always a reason why these thoroughbred athletes play defense. It's usually because of their lack of hands, like you just saw.
Finds the tight end. Moving deeper into enemy territory. Move the chains. It's 1st down at the 27. I was starting to think about what they would do if they didn't pick up the 1st down here, but I guess that's a moot point now.
A moot point for sure, and the head coach was probably telling them 4-down territory, we're going to kick a field goal, whatever the next decision was going to be, and now the OC's like, don't worry about it. New set of downs, nice execution by this offense.
Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. Motion from the offense. He wants to pass it on 2nd down. Finds his man in the middle. Got some room, entered to the goal line. Touchdown, Hurricanes! And the punishment has been extended. And with that extra point, the lead remains in the gargantuan category. So it's a 77-yard touchdown drive, and they finish things off with a 21-yard touchdown pass. The kickoff team out there set to boot it away.
Number 12. Set to kick this one away.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. RPO complete to open the drive. They were able to get the ball to the running back in space, but that space just evaporated.
And a great job by the defense, man. It's tough to get those guys on the ground. They're so used to having the football as running backs and making plays and being dynamic. So usually one guy not going to get him to the ground. You want many guys swarming to the football, trying to get that elusive guy on the ground.
The offense will put it in play from the 47 on 1st and 10. Looking to move it through the air. He's got it. Good execution. They move the sticks, and they've got it at the 33.
I like the running back there on the route and the patience he showed, really setting it up. He got to the defender, he was able to put his foot in the ground, get some separation, catch it, and turn upfield for the 1st.
Gets rid of it. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down, second down coming.
The big tight end tries to make a catch, and you can tell he extends for the ball, but great job by the defender getting in there, making the hit, dislodging the football out at the same time as he's going to catch it, and the big tight end couldn't hold on to it.
He'll try to do it himself. Able to get just a few before sliding to avoid the hit.
Well, great job there by the defense because they weren't able to get him sacked right away, but you saw the coverage in the back end. Nowhere for the quarterback to throw the football. Didn't get the sack, obviously. You don't get the negative play, but you also don't give up.
And he intercepts it. Going the other way, and he's got room. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession.
Well, I think it's pretty safe to say this guy's going to be getting a helmet sticker. That now his second interception of the game. He has just been lights out here today.
Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. He'll toss it. Still on his feet at the 45. A tremendous run. He was full bore after taking that pitch. Just sweet execution.
Man, sometimes it just gets frustrating, and you've just been beat down all day. This defense hasn't had answers, but now you can't let them run the football and just run it down your throat and be physical. This defense has to do something different and find a way to make something happen.
That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be second and just a few breaths away from the first down. We've reached the end of the quarter, and Miami is on top. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. Second down here as they go back to work after the break. On the move. Brought to the ground, but not before getting enough for the first down.
You know, we talk about quarterbacks having to make quick decisions, and I think you saw it on that play. Nobody opened downfield, and he just decided to take off.
Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. And he'll be tackled, but there is a flag on the field.
Holding, offense.
Just an obvious holding call there, and one that just kills an offense's momentum. The Hurricanes trying to pay off the threat on first and goal. Out of the gun, the inside give. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
In situations like this, offensively, when you got the lead in the fourth quarter, when you got to run the ball, you go back to the runs that you have the most confidence in, that you can execute in your sleep, and they do it right there, ripping off 7 yards.
Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1 yard line.
Well, he gets tackled down at the 1 yard line, so offensively, do you feel confident enough on third here trying to hand it off again?
Yeah, and I'm taking both these downs, and I'm coming downhill.
Touchdown, Canes! And the pummeling has started. They give themselves a little more cushion as they try to reel off their fourth straight win. And he knocked that one right down the middle. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. He'll bring it out. It's Casey. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you got to be able to finish drives, especially in...
And he will be sacked at the 6 yard line.
I got to give this defense a lot of credit. They were very confident coming into this one, even though they were going up against one of the best quarterbacks in the entire country. They're confident because they believe in their ability to get to him.
Fires and picked off. And he's going to take it all the way back. Touchdown, Miami. They built a comfortable lead and trying to hang on for a Week 13 victory.
Dude, you didn't think it could get any worse, right? You thought This game's over as it is anyways. Offense still throwing the football, still trying to make plays, and the defense just continues to pour it on, gets the pick, makes its way all the way to the end zone.
I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. Well, the good news is they threw a touchdown pass last time. It was just to the wrong team, Jesse.
Well, that's an unfortunate part of the game for quarterbacks, but guess what? They do happen, so you've got to be able to turn the page here and lead this offense.
Well, I think you know this defense is going to be aggressive. They're going to jump routes. They're going to play aggressive. You got to take advantage of that. Maybe use that this time to your advantage.
They'll put it in play from the 27, first down. Scanning the field, it's Everett. Steps away to find some room. And the defense is all over the quarterback, and down he goes.
This quarterback has been under duress all game long. He's one of the best in the country, and he's used to having his way. He's the one who's used to dictating to opposing defenses, but that has not been the case in this game. Here we are late. He's still under pressure, taking a sack there.
He wants to throw here on second down. Looking to the big tight end. And the ball is picked off. Oh, he would have loved to pick up a few more yards on that return, but they've still got it at the 31. Well, this is just the type of field position this offense wants. On the ground, trying to pull the plug on this clock. Defense there to make the stop after a pickup of 2 to the 30.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. They make the stop inside the 25, working closer to that red zone, a gain of 6. Line of scrimmage will be the 24.
Keep pounding away at this defense and make them play the run. If you can get this many a chunk, they're going to have to commit more guys to the box, more guys to the run, then you open it up for the passing game.
This third down play more than manageable from the 24. Can the defense stand tall? Trying to make magic with his feet. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
These quarterbacks that just bounce and bounce and bounce and pull the ball down and make plays, defensively you just got to keep coming. You can't get tired. You can't get frustrated, really. It's the frustration that gets to you because they keep making plays and keep getting first downs. Got another opportunity coming up. 1st and goal. Try to hold him to a field goal.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line.
And this is exactly where you want to be as an offensive coordinator. Like when you've got the lead late in the football game, just run the football, eat the clock. Man, they put a good day.
And we have breaking news. They score yet another touchdown. The Hurricanes continue to gain strength, and they have built a lead on the Noles.
I think that speed from Miami is really starting to show itself here in the football game, and it just doesn't look like Florida State at this point, David, can keep up with all of that athleticism.
The speed and swag, they got it going now. They got the confidence going, and when Miami gets the confidence going, it is tough to beat. Florida State's going to have to make something happen and make it happen fast.
Opening play of this drive comes from the 13-yard line. Looking to go up top on 1st down. Fires to the tight end. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there. And here comes the offense on 2nd down. To the air, it's Everett. Finds his big tight end. He'll get it up to about the 32-yard line before he stopped, and it'll be 1st down. Set of downs after that completion. Going up top on 1st down. Got his man quickly. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
And this game is obviously out of hand. But I think the fans would argue, too, at this point, like, all right, well, let's not throw checkdowns, right? Let's throw some deep balls and continue to open up this offense and keep fighting. I think that's what you want to see. You want to see your squad.
And that pressure just engulfed him. A sack for this defense.
The defense puts the exclamation point on the day. They have had a wonderful day, man, doing everything great. Just, you could tell they were dialed into what was going on, and now just throw another sack in the equation, hitting the quarterback.